Innocent criminal. I was a fugitive hiding in the jungle on the 5th day. For 5 days, I survived by eating wild fruits and leaves from the jungle. I had a bundle of notes in my pocket, but in that wilderness, they seemed like useless pieces of paper. I had created a makeshift shelter by a large tree, protected by thick branches and leaves on the hard ground, where I concealed myself. Whenever hunger struck, I would venture out, cautiously, to gather food and quickly return to my hideout. The terrifying incident that had unfolded 5 days earlier kept replaying in my mind, as I had witnessed a man's murder. It was a bright morning when a familiar face approached me, asking for my assistance. He explained that a gangster was after him and demanded money. Given my decent height and knowledge of craftsmanship, and the fact that I knew the area well, he wanted me to accompany him to scare off the gangster. I saw an opportunity to clear my name and decided to go along with him. He handed me a pistol, saying, "This is just to intimidate him." We reached our destination, a hidden underground bunker where the man was hiding. I talked to him, and he seemed somewhat nervous. I had pulled out the pistol to intimidate him when suddenly a gunshot rang out. The man I had brought with me was covered in blood, and he said, "What have you done? I only told you to scare him, and you killed him." He took the pistol from me and said, "Hurry, get out of here. If they catch you, you'll face the gallows." I left the place, and with me, he left a bundle of notes, along with the pistol, instructing me to dispose of it in some desolate place. I excited, feeling extremely anxious about where to go. Going home was not an option. The police and my relatives would search for me, so I made the decision to hide in the jungle. I discarded the pistol deep within the bushes. After some searching, I found this hidden cave among the trees and bushes and took shelter there. When hunger struck, I would eat wild fruits or drink from the nearby stream to quench my thirst. 10 days passed, and during that time, I did not see a single human being. I felt the isolation deeply, and the fear of being apprehended haunted me. I heard footsteps approaching me, and the fear intensified. I prepared to defend myself with stones, but it turned out to be a black bear that had wandered into my hiding place. I threw some stones at it, and it retreated. The bear left, but I feared it had sensed my presence. I knew the bear might come back for revenge, so I decided to find a different hiding place. As I ventured further into the wilderness, I heard voices and the sound of people approaching. It seemed like they were getting closer to my hiding spot. I panicked and ran, eventually finding another secluded spot. As I was settling in, I heard voices and footsteps again. This time, they were accompanied by a dog's barking. It was clear they were searching for me. Someone exclaimed, "He's here. I can see his footprints." A sniffer dog, trained to track, had followed my scent. The fear in me grew, and I decided to come out of hiding. "Come out, come out. You are surrounded by the police," said an officer in uniform. Aside from the dog, there were 4 men. They took me into custody, and I explained everything to the inspector. "But the pistol was in my hand," I said in amazement. "The real criminal has been arrested and has confessed to the crime," the inspector replied. "He was plotting to frame you. The pistol belonged to him, and when he had taken it from you, he mistakenly forgot to erase the fingerprints of different hands." I breathed a sigh of relief. What have I learned from this experience? The inspector asked. That one should not be arrogant, should exercise humility, and should trust someone with caution and discernment, I replied. From this story we learn that in any situation, there are opportunities to use our strength and power, and it should be used with thought and discernment. You made the right decision when you reached the police and told the inspector the truth. Your story also illustrates that the determination and commitment to help others can make life better. Some people came to seek your help, and by using your abilities, you protected both yourself and them.